Yesterday about Boeing. This is a really nasty looking pattern if you're looking at it on short time frame. So what I'm going to do here is zoom out and look at this thing on long time. I can see an Elliott cycle that started back in 2009. So this is technically a grand super cycle where we run for almost a decade. You've got a pretty clear ones, they're long, not that clear. ABC signifies the 2. If we zoom in here a little bit, the 3, we've got our wave 1 again, not very clear. 3 is the longest and largest wave. We've got A, we've got B, we've got C. This is a weird looking peak for 3. 3 could be like this. It could be a complex ABC down. Actually, that looks a little better. I'm going to leave it like that. 4, we've got a 3-part move up. 1, 3, and 5 is the 3 parts. Those are impulse waves, mini pullbacks. 5s are the steepest with the smallest pullbacks. So what happens after 5? ABC down. So we've got a pretty clear A. That was our sell-off from their earnings and a crash and everything bad that happened with Boeing. So my inclination is what we're working on now is a wave up. I don't think it's going to get that far though. I'm thinking we're going to have a major market correction soon, personally. So I don't see this getting that high. Maybe one more peak here, I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave this, maybe, hypothetically say we get to the 0.5 that satisfies some of these gaps. We might have another wave down. I don't know. I mean, this one's tricky. It's a very odd looking pattern. Maybe this is A. Maybe this is A. I don't know. Usually A and C are pretty steep, or not steep, but parallel to each other. Maybe, if this was A, maybe we correct it up to B, and this was our C. Maybe now we're in a new cycle. We know that C generally, it can't come past the peak of 1. It's going to end somewhere often between 4 and 1, but it doesn't have to. It can go lower. They just got, pelted with bad news after bad news. So short time, disregard all this. What I'm looking at short time frame is all these gaps. We have several gaps to the upside. Here's even another one I didn't have on my chart. Just going to put that on here. 96% of gaps fill. Doesn't mean they have to. If they're that far away, it may not fill. Going even shorter time frame, zoomed in. Maybe this could be a leading diagonal. Often wave 1s of a new cycle start with that, but this is a large time frame to complete that type of thing. In a leading diagonal, wave 4 can drop into the top of 1. So if we thought this was 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe we should expect 5 to come up here and fill this gap, barely make a new high, maybe one of these. I think this is that 0.5 retracement. I'm not sure. What I do know is that if we go even shorter here, we've been in a large downtrend since its big run that it had. It looks like it found a bottom in here. So if I'm analyzing this in Elliott wave, I would probably think that this was our 1, 2. We've got a large 1, maybe a 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to call that 3. If this is our bottom, this could be our 4. 5 could go back up and make a new high. If it filled this gap, I would absolutely not be surprised. Generally, we can expect some type of a Fibonacci retracement or projection. 254 maybe. Could barely break that Fibonacci level. This one's tough. In terms of where we're at on the micro time frame, let's just hypothetically say that's up here. If we're getting really granular, this doesn't necessarily look like a 5-wave move up. Let's take it down a notch here. Yeah, this to me looks more like a corrective zigzag up. So in a downtrend, our ABCs are upward. If that's the case, you know, we might be looking at more downside. Doesn't have to be. We could be looking at something like this, maybe. That actually makes more sense. Zigzag between and the B, which is common. You know, could even be like this. Maybe it's not done. Maybe we're going to zigzag up again. I'm not sure. This one's tough, guys. Sorry, I don't have a better analysis. That's kind of what I'd be looking at. It's just a really weird pattern. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Kind of looks like we may have formed a channel. So maybe this 5 could run. Maybe it could come up to the top of the channel. I'm not sure. Tough one. I'm not trading it. That's why I'm not trading it. No pattern is clear to me, so I took it off my watch list. Hope that makes some sense. Have fun.